In a stunning breakthrough that blends ancient history with cutting-edge technology, a team of researchers at the Hebrew University of Jerusalem announced this week that an advanced AI system has successfully decoded several previously unreadable portions of the Dead Sea Scrolls, and what it uncovered is rewriting everything we thought we knew about one of the oldest known religious texts. And no, it's not just another version of the Ten Commandments. It's weirder, deeper, and more provocative than anyone anticipated. The scrolls and the mystery discovered in caves near Qumran between 1947 and 1956. The Dead Sea Scrolls have been called the most important archaeological find of the 20th century, containing ancient Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek texts. The scrolls include fragments from the Hebrew Bible, apocryphal works, and the writings of a Jewish sect called the Essenes, but nearly 20% of the material has remained indecipherable by time, moisture, and decay. Much of it was too faded to read, too fragmented to translate, or simply too strange to make sense of. That's where AI came in. Enter Scriptomex. Developed by a joint team of AI engineers and biblical scholars, the artificial intelligence system, codenames Scriptomex, was trained on thousands of ancient Semitic scripts. Unlike previous software, Scriptomex used deep neural networks to analyze microscopic ink traces invisible to the human eye, reassemble text fragments, and cross-reference them with known linguistic patterns from the Second Temple period. The result: over 1,200 new lines of deciphered text across several scrolls, and some of it is shocking. What was found among the new discoveries are three main revelations. 1. A parallel creation myth. One scroll, previously believed to be a damaged copy of Genesis, turns out to contain an alternative creation narrative. In it, the earth is not formed in 7 days, but through a cosmic contest between light and shadow, with divine beings negotiating existence in poetic, metaphorical language. The voice did not speak, but separated. The waters were stilled by silence, not command. This has sparked debates among scholars, with some arguing it may reflect an early Jewish mystical tradition, while others suggest it's symbolic rather than literal. 2. A lost gospel. Another fragment appears to reference a teacher sent from the stars, who spoke in fire and vanished into the east. While scholars are cautious, some believe this could be a pre-Christian messianic prophecy unrelated to Jesus, hinting that the concept of a divine redeemer may have existed in multiple Jewish sects. Independently, others argue it might not be religious at all but ancient science fiction encoded in spiritual metaphor. 3. The Scroll of Lamentations, unedited perhaps. The most startling find is what appears to be an uncensored version of the Book of Lamentations, complete with blistering critiques of corrupt temple leadership and hints at internal rebellion within the priesthood. The scribes dine on gold, while the poor trade salt for breath. This discovery paints a raw political picture of ancient Judean society, one far more complex than the sanitized versions preserved in later canonical texts. The implications: the scholarly world is abuzz. Some are calling this the biggest biblical revelation since the Rosetta Stone, while others warn against jumping to conclusions. Religious leaders across denominations have responded cautiously, some expressing interest in the alternate narratives, others rejecting them outright. Dr. Ilana Meir, lead linguist on the project, put it best: the scrolls don't disprove belief. They remind us that faith has always been in conversation with doubt, poetry, and politics. These are human voices reaching across millennia. We've just finally learned how to listen. What's next? The AI system will now be turned loose on more obscure fragments, many still in storage boxes unstudied for decades. Scriptomex's findings will also be published in an open-source archive, allowing scholars and the public to explore the decoded texts firsthand. And as for what else might emerge, if the past week is any indication, the Dead Sea Scrolls may have more secrets to tell. And now, for the first time in over 2,000 years, we finally have the tools to hear them.